If you're here, you are here because you are ready to become your own best friend. There is so much research that shows when your brain is not in alignment with the life you want, meaning your subconscious or your nervous system does not feel safe to have the life you want, it will find very creative ways to sabotage it. Not because you don't want it badly enough, but because your brain's number one job is to keep you safe, both physically and emotionally. Welcome to Inner Ally. This is the place where we teach your brain to work with you, because when your brain is on your side, your success becomes inevitable. At the root, there is only one reason why your brain will sabotage the life you want, and that one root is your brain does not feel safe to have the life you want. And when your brain does not feel safe, it won't cooperate. It will focus on protecting you. And that protection can look like many different things. It can look like procrastinating on what matters. It can look like dreaming small or not letting yourself dream at all. It can look like feeling numb around things that used to excite you. It can look like holding back with someone emotionally because you are worried about being vulnerable and then being rejected. It can also look like staying stuck in dysregulation or unfulfillment, right? Your brain sometimes will procrastinate your happiness or tell yourself you will not be happy until you achieve a certain goal, right? It thinks that that's protecting you, but really all that's doing is it's preventing you from feeling fully alive, feeling fully fulfilled. And you have a hard time finding joy in the journey. It can look like knowing your potential, but not stepping into it. And another thing to note too is your brain is super powerful. A lot of people say that we can use willpower and grit to just get what we want. But neuroscience actually suggests that willpower can be one of the weakest forms of getting what you want. And here's why. When you are using willpower to get what you want, the understanding is that that means your brain does not also want what you want. And that means you have to use your conscious part of your brain, or your prefrontal cortex specifically, to get anywhere. And that is the most energy hungry part of your brain. So that's why if you're using just willpower, you're going to feel burnt out. And oftentimes you can only sustain using this for so long because it takes up so much of your energy. Another thing to look at too is when your subconscious is not on your side, your subconscious mind accounts for 95% of what you do, and the other 5% is your conscious decisions. So when you are using willpower, the understanding is that you are using 5% of your brain to work against the other 95%. So that's why I created Inner Ally. Inner Ally is about helping your brain feel safe, your subconscious mind to feel safe with actually having the life that you want. That's why I called it Inner Ally, because the goal is really to help your brain become your own best friend. And when your brain becomes your own best friend, everything changes. Your nervous system feels more regulated. You feel more alive. You have more energy. You take more action naturally, because when your brain wants what you want, it subliminally starts taking actions towards what you want without you even consciously fully being aware of it. You shift what's going on up here, and all of a sudden you start acting entirely different. Subconsciously you start showing up entirely different. Because of that, it feels like your life just changed entirely. And all of the self-sabotage habits that you had, some self-sabotage habits that you weren't even aware of, they start to go away. The issue with changing our habits that most people have is they try to change one habit at a time to make it sustainable, but they forget to look into and address why does the brain have those self-sabotaging habits in the first place, right? Because those self-sabotaging habits are like coping skills. Your brain feels dysregulated, it feels afraid, and so it will go to these bad habits to try to avoid the unfamiliar. So if we can target the root of helping your brain feel safe in the first place, your brain will no longer have the need to go to those unhelpful habits. Your brain will see your dream life as safe and rewarding, and then will want to step into that. And that is the root, according to neuroscience, according to psychology, of how you actually change your entire life. It starts with helping your brain feel safe to have the life you want, so you can actually step into the unknown and your brain doesn't feel the need to sabotage you anymore. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. For the longest time, my nervous system was constantly in fight or flight. I built an identity and started believing, because I was in fight or flight for so long, that this is just who I was. was, and there wasn't anything that I could do to change it. And so, yeah, I was constantly dysregulated, and I sabotaged my life in so many different ways. But looking back, I recognize that one of the biggest ways that I actually sabotaged my life is by making myself numb. I kept telling myself, I will be happy, I will be fulfilled once I reach these certain goals, once I reach all these different things in my life. I thought I was practicing delayed gratification, but really I was just procrastinating my happiness. I was putting my belief about myself, my self-esteem on a pedestal. I was telling myself, you will not be enough unless you achieve these things. I used pressure, fear, urgency as motivation. And while that worked short term, it also led to burnout, feeling numb, having low energy, and disconnection. Because my brain didn't feel safe letting go of control. It believed that I needed to stay in dysregulation in order to be emotionally safe. I finally met with this guy named Lamont Wilcox in a neuro clinic, and he taught me everything about my brain, top to bottom, how to reprogram it, how to actually help it feel safe to step into the life I wanted, and how to reprogram it so that my brain actually saw that being regulated, being fulfilled now was sustainable, was the key. That's when I started to dream bigger. I started feeling more alive. I took more risks, and I started showing up more fully and authentically as myself. I wasn't afraid to fail anymore because I also knew that if I failed, I had my own back, right? I became my own inner ally. Since, for example, I had one client who came to me, she just felt super dysregulated and did not really understand why, and I helped her understand her brain and how to actually regulate her nervous system from the root, figure out what was going on. And regulating your nervous system just helps you to feel more alive, it helps you to feel more present, it helps you to enjoy life more. And then that bleeds into all the other different areas of your life. It just changes everything. I've had multiple clients who had a hard time working on their business. They kept on procrastinating, felt like there was just so much on the line and so much pressure to perform and show up perfectly. As we worked together, I helped them feel safe to step into the unknown. One client specifically was having a hard time even getting on calls with these certain people. As soon as we helped her brain to feel safe to step into that unknown, she started booking calls and showing up so powerfully in her business. I had another client who struggled with forgiveness, both for herself and others. She knew she wanted to move forward, but something kept pulling her back emotionally. Once we worked through what her brain was trying to protect her from by holding on to this, she was able to feel so much more free and authentic in herself again. I've also worked with lots of sales clients. For example, one of them was having a hard time showing up fully because he cared so much, and so he felt really numb. As we helped his brain feel safe to be on his side, he was way more excited to show up. His sales almost doubled the following weeks, and he just felt so much more alive, right? There's so much value in understanding your brain and learning how to help your brain be on your side. So if you are ready to stop self-sabotaging, if you want to be your own best friend, you want your subconscious to be on your side, you want to actually feel safe enough to step into your dream life, that is what Inner Ally is for. It's about understanding your brain. So here's a little bit more details about what is inside. The first part of the membership is the Neuroscience Foundations, or the Rewire Vault. This contains the entire model that I learned from the neuro clinic that taught me how to reprogram my brain entirely. Like, it taught me the essentials of what was going on. So I did not have to guess anymore. I could finally understand what my brain was doing. I didn't have to play games with it anymore. It finally helped me feel safe to stop self-sabotaging and to start dreaming big, start feeling alive, start regulating. This is in my opinion, the most valuable part of the membership. And there's a bunch of videos that you can check out at your own pace. There's no pressure to do it all at once or at any time. And no matter what you watch, they are all so valuable as you go through those videos. It is life-changing. I am not exaggerating. Like, this is the content that if I could pinpoint one time in my life that my entire life changed, it was the day that I understood and learned all this material, right? I met with Lamont in an 8-hour intensive session. I took that content and I put it in this membership for you. It's not 8 hours. It's probably like 4 or 5 hours that you can watch over a period of time that you want to. But that is the most valuable thing that you will have immediate access to once you join this membership. The next support part of this membership is everything in this membership will be evolving with you, right? If you have specific questions, whoever joins this membership, if they ask specific questions, I'm going to be looking for common things that people want support with, and I will be creating videos that go deeper on specific topics to give people the specific support with whatever they're facing with, whatever they want deeper support on. So that's another awesome, valuable thing in my evolving deeper trainings section of the membership that I'm so excited to be adding to as the membership continues to grow. The third part of the membership that I'm really excited about is I believe that your mind and your body are very, very connected. And so it's good to do things like visualizations, meditations, EFT, somatics. So I have a bunch of recorded meditations and EFT practices, and I will keep on adding more as the membership continues as well, around surrounding specific topics again. So if you're dealing with a specific thing and you want that instant kind of relief or support, then you will have access to those, and you can check out those videos to help you regulate or soothe yourself or work through something in that moment. Fourth part of the membership is each month you'll have access to a live group coaching call, right? These calls will include a short little workshop, a Q&A where you can come and ask questions live that I can answer. And then at the end, I will offer coaching in a group setting to anyone who wants to get coaching. Of course, this is entirely voluntary, right? This membership is here to support you, and there's no wrong or right way to move through this membership. But if you are wanting specific coaching on an issue or something you're wanting to work through, that is the opportunity to receive that coaching. Or you can just come to those calls. And if anyone wants coaching, you will start to recognize patterns that other people are working through in yourself. And it's really valuable to just see someone else working through these things so that you can kind of tailor that to your own situations. That is one of the most valuable things. And right now, there's one group coaching call a month. As the community grows, I'll be adding more calls to give you even more support. And the final thing that I'm really excited about is I made a Canva workbook where you can keep all of your notes in one place, and I designed it specifically for Inner Ally because we are learning some really profound and beautiful concepts that this workbook will help you keep everything organized, keep everything exciting. It's kind of a great place where I lay it out in a way where it will help you along your journey of working through the membership. Another thing to note is there's low pressure in this membership, and you can cancel anytime, as my goal is just to support you and help you as best as I can. I want to end this video by saying you don't need to push harder. You need your brain to feel safe emotionally and physically to step into the life that you want. You need your brain to be on your side. If you are ready to stop self-sabotaging and learn how to be your own best friend, Inner Ally is here, and I would love to support you in that process, in that journey, in any way that I can. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time.